gentlemen, the winner of this contest.
Silent night, holy night. No, I don't think that this is really gonna work. Coral, could you hit the slay button? Coral, silent night, holy night. All is calm. All is right. Round yon virgin. Mother and child. Holy infant. So tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night. Holy night. Shepherds quake at the sight. Glories stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. The Savior is born. The Savior is born.
Oh my God! Hey, buddy! Merry Christmas!
Becco, hey!
Hey!
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh my God! Your body is tea. You're serving cotton in that red blazer, and I have this perfect little Santa hat for you.
You know, Becca, I'm just not really feeling the Christmas spirit right now. I'm having a hard time finding some Christmas cheer.
What? I think I have something that can help.
You do?
Get ready to experience some B3CCA Christmas magic.
Happy holidays. Yeah.
Hey!
Mwah. Tipsy off the eggnog.
Hey!
Grinding on that Yule log.
Yum!
Hanging up my stocking. All the girls are watching. Joy to the world. It's B3CCA. Let Earth receive my songs. Yeah. Let everyone listen to my songs. If you don't like my songs, then you are dumb and wrong. Becca haters get your stocking filled with coal. Becca haters get your stocking filled with coal. Becca haters don't deserve to see me. It might be Becca haters don't play in the snow. Bikini in the snow. Cause that's what I like to do. Tipsy off the eggnog. Grinding on that Yule log. Hanging up my stocking. All the girls are watching. Joy to the world. It's B3CCA. Let Earth receive my songs. Yeah. If you're a Becca hater, you're getting coal in your stocking. And we're all gonna point and laugh at you. Ha ha ha.
Are you feeling more in the Christmas spirit?
To tell you the truth, I'm actually somehow feeling even less enthusiastic about Christmas.
Buddy, you're a fucking dumbass. Wish me Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Ooh, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to a Merry Christmas eclectic edition of PWT Live Show. Yeah. Hell yeah, guys. How you doing? Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy new year, all that good stuff. It's Christmas Eve already. I feel like it just crept right up on us. I am your host, the infallible Phil Marks, and welcome PWT Universe to anybody who's even showed up. I don't expect any viewers, okay? But I expect everyone to be busy doing stuff, right? But it is what it is. I hope you're all having a merry, merry, merry Christmas, a merry Christmas Eve, and all of that good stuff. I hope everybody gets what they want. I put a little poll in the chat. What do you think Meltzer deserves in his stocking this year? 5 flutes are playing. What did I put? I forget. A guest spot on PWT. What were the other ones? 3 yelling Brian. 2 fucking I have no clue. 2 stars for a women's match. I have no clue. I'm cracking a beer. You guys like Becca or what? Becca and Taya Valkyrie? They make like Christmas songs every year, so I just thought I'd play some of those. So everyone, I hope your slippers are on. You're eating some Christmas nuts. I hope you guys are cracking a beer or a little eggnog or some water. Just stay hydrated. Have a little smoke with me, whatever you guys are doing. And it is Christmas Eve, baby. And yeah, we're gonna hang out for, I don't know, at least a couple hours, I'm thinking. Maybe it depends. We got a lot of awards to get to. Predictions this year, I didn't go so hard like thinking through predictions, really, because I added a bunch of new categories to the awards, and I try to factor in as much as possible. Like, honestly, the end of the year awards should go up until December. Like, we shouldn't be handing them out until January 1st. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows, like NXT, who watched it last night, there could have been a banger match of the year on there for all we fucking know. But people hand out the awards, so I like to wait. Every year I drop the special like on Christmas or on Christmas Eve, and I try to wait as close as I can. So, I didn't, as far as predictions go, and we can do some predictions for sure. And we'll get into those in a bit. But I'm going to kind of just quickly, I think, freestyle 2 or 3 that I've already talked about like this year leading up until this show. And then we're going to hand out awards and whatnot. So I just need to get the image for the award pulled up again, if you guys don't mind. So how's everyone's Christmas doing, chat? Let me know. Hopefully you guys are eating lots of good food. I know tomorrow most people feast. We're feasting tomorrow. I hope you guys are just having a good time and remembering what's important and how many Dave Meltzer stars he can fit on his Christmas tree. Typically, you just put 1 up there, It's not about quantity. It's about quality, folks. That's all that means right there. So, let's see here. Guys, first I want to dive into, we're going to dive in and out of during the show, Phil Marks bookmarks, because I've bookmarked some Christmas stuff throughout the IWC that I've seen over the last, I don't know, I want to say a couple months at least, maybe even earlier than that. And just some cute little Christmas things to look at leading up to Christmas from some of the superstars we love. Okay. And we're going to check in as well with Roddy Piper, pardon me, throughout this show. I've got a buzz on, so this will be fun. And we are going to, just have some fun with this thing. And I should be, I was tallying scores right before the show, and I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't pull up all the things I wanted to pull up. I'm a dumbass. Very professional here at PWT. Where's my goddamn Christmas award trophy? Here we go. Excellent. So we're going to hand out the PWT End of the Year Awards 2025. I got that pulled up over here. Okay, excellent. So first and foremost, guys, let's take a look into Phil Marks' bookmarks. I don't have any music for this, I guess, so just an old country Christmas. Oh, let me check in with chat. Sorry, guys. So John O'Maloney for 2. Merry Christmas Eve, Phil, PWT for life. Dude, Merry Christmas to you. And John O'Maloney for life. That's what I got to say. Okay? And thank you so much. Lincoln Hawk's been a member for 17 months. PWT verse. The alcohol business is crazy right now, so sorry I haven't been around. Don't be sorry, bro. Don't be. And you've been around. What the fuck you talking about? You came on my stream like 2 weeks ago or so. May everyone have a blessed holiday, and I love y'all. We love you too, dude. Merry Christmas. Have a blessed holiday. Stay safe. Work hard. You've been working hard. Take a break. Take a goddamn break. So, speaking of breaks, man, let's give Mick Foley a break here. He loves Christmas. He loves to dress up as Santa. And I know people are like divided on Mick Foley right now because he went crazy and was like, he ended his year by being like, I'm done with WWE. And Seth Rollins had this to say about old Santa Foley.
And Mick Foley, one of the greatest of all time, Hall of Famer, dude love, Cactus Jack, mankind, doesn't matter who he is. He could be Santa Claus. He makes Santa Claus videos that he sends to my daughter every single year, handwritten like calligraphy letters that he sends from the North Pole to my house. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. I love him as a human being. And Mick Foley.
Yeah, good for him there. Good for Mick Foley there, handing out these Christmas gifts, or pardon me, cards to Seth's daughter and whatnot. So he's a big fan. Speaking of hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so CM Punk was with Cody Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, Ty Mello, and Aubrey Edwards in 2021, and CM Punk. And here is Aubrey being an absolute cringe lord. Cringe on Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of Kris Kringle cringe on Christmas, right? And it involves Aubrey Edwards and CM Punk being like, what the fuck are you doing? Even all the way back then. This is 2021. Think about where Guevara was in this company, and then now where he's at. I mean, god damn, how the mighty have fallen, dude. Called him a 4-pillar. He was he had like the first match in AEW's history, I want to say, as well. Like, he had the world at his fingertips. And here's Aubrey just doing too much.
Vic, I'm going to say the summer of 2022.
Look at Aubrey. She's like twerking and shit. I mean, that's fine. But Punk is like, what the fuck are you doing? And also, why isn't my wife in this photograph? No.
Vic, I'm going to say the summer of 2022. Just to be safe. Yeah. It's for the vlog, baby. Be safe.
I don't know how, like, why was she so overly involved in AEW from the start? Why is she so, like, all up in the videos? You know what I mean? Like, what happened there? Who is she? Who's she related to? Speaking of being related, man, Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair. Woo! A little Christmas jammies in the Flair household. So good to see them together and having a Christmas. Here's a little video from them here. Yeah, let's check this out.
Oh shit! It fits. I'm gonna go put mine on. Don't do that. Don't do that in the onesie. You've never looked better. I'm gonna go put mine on.
Okay.
Well, at least they're having fun together. That's good, man. You know, there's been some celebrities who've passed away, and Ric Flair has still managed, like, at the end of the year here, and he's managed to outlast everybody, which, like, you'd look at the lifestyle and not expect that. And I'm not trying to get morbid on Christmas, a blue. I'm having a blue Christmas. Yeah. So just saying, guys, right? Ladies and germs, let's hand out our first set of awards. Okay. We are going to hand out our first set of awards here at PWT. And we are going to start with the winner for the first ever. This is the first time we've ever done this award. These are the breakout awards, and then we'll check in with some more Christmas hijinks. So these are the breakout stars of the year. So we had 3 categories: the NXT Men's Breakout Star of the Year, the NXT Women's Breakout Star of the Year. Now, the reasons those, the reason that was established was because of, we used to just do the breakout star, like the NXT breakout star in general, man, woman, whatever. Or no, I think we had a men's and a women's. Yeah, we did, because Obafemi and Jada Parker won last year, right? So I added the other breakout star of the year. So that just means someone else, that it could be man, woman, whatever, even a tag team, whatever, just someone that we agree and we vote. And you guys did vote. I set up a little website. Next year, I'm just doing it all on that polling site. But I just wanted, like, the main categories. I was, like, trying to give WWE and AEW and TNA their shine. So I'm sorry if I flooded your algorithm with, like, a bunch of like posts yesterday. I apologize, but I just wanted to make sure, like, those got the, like, proper votes, because if I just made a link, I know less people would just click on it. If you're scrolling on YouTube, you might not go into the polling site or whatever, but those main categories, I really wanted to make sure I got key votes on it. But I'm just going to use the link and then hype it up and have it set up earlier next year, whatever. That's in the future. But the other breakout star of the year, I added this year as, like, just anywhere, any promotion, as long as it's not NXT. And the reason NXT gets its own distinction is because they fucking develop the cream of the crop, as far as like, if you're a former football athlete, you're someone who loves pro wrestling and came from the indies, you're a celebrity, whatever, the PC's cranking out so much talent. So they absolutely qualify, even if you're in AAA or ROH or one of those things. You absolutely qualify for other breakout star of the year. Just someone that we all can agree fucking broke out and was like, oh my God, this thing was huge this year, right? And regardless of gender, where I specified gender, that's where, okay, it's men's or women's, where I say men's or women's. So I hope you all understood how the voting worked. I think it's pretty straightforward and simple. But this year, we are to present the award for, let's pull this image up here. We'll just get images of him up in general. So the award for, are you guys ready? Drum roll. Someone, Lex, where is the goddamn drum roll? Me neither, dude. So drum roll, please. The winner of the other breakout star of the year is, voted by you, the PWT universe, nominated by me, Phil Marks, Mr. Iguana. So Mr. Iguana, he just rose to prominence. He's incredibly popular. He's a featured act. Like, no one, here's what he is, what Orange Cassidy should have been. He's a goofball. It's silly. And that's exactly how they present it. But he can win matches, but he finds himself more in, like, precarious situations and standing up to guys or being in mixed matches and helping other people out. And he's just funny. It's like comedy shit. We don't need to see him be world champion. He can lose matches. It doesn't diminish him, who he is as a character, to children. Sold a shitload of shirts and fucking Layeska dolls and everything. You know, he's definitely somebody who needs to be applauded for his efforts this year and just sort of his out of nowhere rise to prominence. And he beat out some other folks. I'm not going to say the nominees. We did that on the members show. But he beat out some other tough talent there. So next up on the docket, the award for NXT Women's Breakout Star of the Year. So again, the qualifications for this is like you could be a rookie, sophomore. You could have been in NXT for 5 years who broke out on NXT. Like, holy shit, this guy or this team rose to prominence, whatever. It's woman, though. I wanted to individualize. Tag teams, it's a little tougher because it's like 2 people, you know? But as voted by you, and I actually disagree with the PWT universe, and I hold the power here because these fucking awards do not matter, okay? Other than to us. It's just silly goose fun time, right? And I disagree, and I could have overvoted everyone and just made it whatever I wanted because it's my Google Doc. But you guys voted, and the winner, according to the PWT universe, for Breakout Star of the Year this year in NXT, it is Miss Blake Monroe, Mariah May, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Now, she had a stellar year. She won the North American title. There was a little botch at the end of the year that resulted in her dropping the title, which wasn't supposed to happen, but it is what it is. I mean, she's destined for bigger and better things, and sometimes weird shit happens, and that's how you get there. And Thea Hale, I think, is somebody that people have wanted to see get more of a push, like a little while back as well. But she's kind of fallen off since Chase U disintegrated. Now, I disagree with the PWT universe. Like, I'm glad Blake Monroe's up there. I'm all for her and it, but I think that Tatum Paxley should have won personally. That's who I voted for. That's right. I casted votes. I think that Tatum Paxley should have won. I think that her character, her level of wrestling, she's on another level in ring as well. If we're to pull a Dave Meltzer, her character work, the way she takes like simple moves and just elevates them and like puts a little twist on it, her own little flair that just makes it look like we haven't seen shit before that we've already seen a million times. Her character work, her winning the title, she dropped it right away, but her work in the stable, having Chemical X ripped away from her, and then Shotzi and Gigi Dolan, like they were ripped away from her, and that team was getting over and shit. And then she just made it work. Like she figured it out, and it's like sink or swim time. She took it to the next level and captured the the NXT championship. So I actually give it to Paxley personally. You guys voted Blake Monroe. I'm not going to cry about it. It's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations, Blake Monroe. Maybe you could argue she was in more high profile shit. Blake Monroe. And she had that pink cocaine match. Y'all see that? Y'all see that match? I'm the only one this year who pointed that shit out too. They had the match with the pink cane and the pink table and the pink chair and the whatever. Then at the end, she reached in her pink bag and threw a bunch of dust at fucking Jordan Grace. When there's pink cocaine trending, dude, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Come on. Anyways, so that congratulations, Blake Monroe. I'm sorry, guys. We're having fun over here. So NXT Men's Breakout Star of the Year. Okay, so this is the NXT Men's Breakout Star of the Year. This is who broke out. I think this one was a shoe-in. We all agreed on this young man who is seemingly main roster bound. We just saw him on Happy Holidays Christmas there. And this boy is definitely bouncy. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll. Your winner is Javon Evans, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we all know that Javon deserves this. You have Brian Alvarez screaming, he should be a world champion. And then fucking he gets called up, and now Brian's like, well, it's looking like there's call-ups happening now. It's like, yeah, you impatient cuck. Jesus Christ. I can't. How do you cry about Javon that much when you have Hook, Taz's son, who had like a run with the FTW title and fighting like ECW guys and shit? He should be way further along than he is. And you're crying about they need to call him up. Fucking crazy. So Javon Evans obviously winning the men's breakout star of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. We're going to get into our other/indies category in just a minute here. Round of applause for Javon for being our men's breakout star of the year here at the PWT Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, speaking of AEW wrestlers not getting their shit together. Or no, what did I say we were going to check in on? Roddy Piper, folks. We have a... I'm doing a bit from last year or something, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, happy holidays. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Might have been day drinking. I don't know. Okay, so here's a Roddy Piper Christmas here. We're checking in with Roddy Piper Christmas. Heenan and Gorilla and fucking Piper. These are the kind of guys who are classics. They're timeless. Gorilla and Heenan would cook today. If you took those two guys, plugged them in instead of like Wade Barrett and Michael Cole, they would still make it work. They would be super entertaining. I miss this shit. They need to bring WWE Primetime back. If only they had their own network where you could qualify like, oh, we're going to make like a late night show for wrestling. Oh, yeah. So we'll check back in with the results. And if Ultimate Warrior won his match there, I got a feeling he did. Okay, guys, let's hand out the other awards. Okay, so we're going to head back over here to the Christmas awards here. And we are going to hand out the other category. Okay, so there was 3 in the other category. This year, for the first time, I gave Mexico and Japan their own categories. So we'll break those down in a bit. So other, we have the other men's wrestler of the year. And other just means like, okay, there's an, like, let's say it's an indie. Let's say someone wrestles an indie in Japan and you're not, you might not be, let's say someone wrestles, GCW, MLW, HOG, all these fucking feds are rising to prominence. And the indies are having somewhat of a boom. JCW, like, there's got to be wrestlers of the year who aren't in WWE, TNA, whatever. And TNA used to be in this category. So last year, like Joe Hendry and Jordan Grace won the men's and women's other of the year. I also added, and then the Hardys won the tag team last year. They were all in TNA. That's why. So now TNA has its own categories. This year, we have the other men's wrestler of the year, the other women's wrestler of the year, and the other tag team wrestlers of the year. So we will start with tag team. The other tag team wrestlers of the year. So this is indies, all over the world, wherever. And the winners are the first ever 2 year in a row recipient winners of fucking awards here at PWT. It is where's my goddamn drum roll, Lex? Jesus, Lex, you got to be on point. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys. Matt and Jeff. Now, throughout the entirety of 2025, the Hardys have not only worked in TNA, and they are nominated for TNA shit as well. Don't get it twisted, okay? They've not only worked in TNA, but they've been working the indies, and they've been winning tag titles, and they recently had a high-profile match with Lance Anoa'i and Zilla Fatu. They're the HOG tag champions, and they absolutely deserve these. I feel like they elevate all the indies. Every title they hold, they're the fourth rope. They were like the inaugural fourth rope tag champs. So that's all indie shit. And they had a stellar year in TNA and also in WWE. Well, maybe not stellar in WWE, just a few appearances in NXT and on the indies as well. And you guys voted, and I fully agree with this vote. I think that they deserve it just because of sheer impact and whatnot. So shout out the other tag team wrestlers of the year. And again, that other category, tag team wrestlers of the year, men and women, mixed tags, whatever the fuck. It's just other tag teams that we should acknowledge, take time to acknowledge. So the other women's wrestler of the year. So Jordan Grace won last year. This year was way more indie focused, you know, Priscilla Kelly, Shotzi Blackheart, and there was a couple other nominees. I think High-End was nominated in this category. So you know, women who the indies were booming. So it's really who made the biggest impact on the indies in 2025. And everyone voted. And I think everybody can unanimously agree on this one as well, that your current HOG women's champion, Shotzi Blackheart, ladies and gentlemen, won the other women's wrestler of the year. So she was, you know, released by WWE or not renewed. I can't remember with Shotzi, right? So don't get all tangled up in the technicalities of the vernacular here, right? Of the business jargon. You know, Shotzi was released or not renewed. She hit the indies and she was involved in stuff with like Matt Cardona, Cross and Scarlett when they came over. Her and Gigi Dolan are feuding. She's having matches. We're watching the clips on this show. They're going, you know, people are posting like she had a semi-viral moment where she like jumped off a fucking truck in the streets or whatever. She won the HOG women's title, put the green strap on it. People on the indie scene will tell you, like, I'm sure Shotzi's not hurting their houses at all, you know. So Shotzi deservedly winning the PWT other women's wrestler of the year award and the other men's wrestler of the year. So again, there's a bit of a TNA crossover, but you guys voted on this, and this was really close between Myron Reed and Michael Oku. But Myron Reed edged out. I just stooged it already. Myron Reed edged out the votes from Michael Oku when you tally them there. So Myron Reed, I believe he appeared on PWT this year, or was that last year in 24, guys, when Myron Reed came on PWT? I cannot remember. But yeah, you guys voted and he won, and I think he deserves it. I agree it's got to be Oku, who has like the most hype on the indies, or it's got to be Myron Reed. And the reason for that is because look at that picture at the bottom of your screen. If you're looking, look at all those belts. Fuck, and he didn't go, I'm doing a belt collector gimmick. He just was the guy you wrestled when you left WWE, when you left AEW, if you left TNA, you wrestled Myron Reed. I've put him over a bunch. People bite his shit. He's held the MLW title, the fucking HOG title, the GCW, whatever the fuck title. And now he's in TNA. So I know he spent a large part of his year not only being in TNA, but also working the indies still and being like the litmus test. Now, Michael Oku, you could argue, though, like if someone came in here and was like, no, it's Michael Oku, Phil. I'm not going to argue that, but the people voted. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the people voted and you guys voted for Myron Reed. And so we just have to accept that, man. That's just what it is. And that was our other categories, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check back in with Phil Marks' bookmarks here. Let's check back in with Phil Marks' bookmarks. I have a Christmas folder here. Ho, 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 ho. Let's get into some more crazy Christmas chaos. Speaking of hoes, Here is Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a ho ho ho, a Merry Christmas cameo. Everybody gets on cameo around the holiday season.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, if you're looking for a unique way to wish the wrestling fan in your life a Merry Christmas, forget the greeting cards, forget the computer stuff, get a cameo from Hacksaw Jim Duggan. It's a real unique way to wish the wrestling fan in your life a Merry Christmas, tough guy. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hacksaw rules, man. He's still got it. Can still cut a promo. What are we doing? What are we doing? Hacksaw. Moving along here. A little Christmas treat here from Nikita Lyons posting her Christmas jammies. And I think she's like doing some sort of face cleaning treatment as well. She can't rap a song, but she can surely rap a gift here, folks. I don't. I thank you. Oh man, where's my snare, Lex? You're not on any of this. So there you go. So Charles Robinson, speaking of people giving out Christmas cards, he goes and every year he personally hands out his Christmas cards. So he's a legend in the ring. He's a legend out of the ring. You can tell how much he loves his job. And Charles Robinson, the GOAT referee, Little Nate, gives his Christmas cards out to every employee in WWE by hand.
Good. Let me give you, I think I have yours. What is it? It's my Christmas cards I give out to the whole company every year.
You got me
like 450.
You got me a Christmas card?
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's so nice. Yeah. I knew ever since I saw that video of you running, you were goated, but now I'm certain.
Thank you so much, man.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Good.
Let me give you
Man, think about the stories Charles Robinson has. He would be amazing to get on a podcast. Think about the stories he fucking has and the perspective he has on a bunch of this. A bunch of like the craziest moments in wrestling across WCW and WWE / I don't know. But Logan Paul knows him from like the running to the ring thing. That not even the fucking. He's Little Nate. He was involved in storylines and shit in the 90s. So Alfred Conan will post this. He says, I had no idea how much I missed Luther. Luther, let's fucking go. Here's a little Santa Luther here to upstage Mick. Y'all got to go a little easier on AEW, guys. It seems like they're gonna have a tough year the next couple of years here unless they really turn things around. So let's have our hearts grow 2 sizes that day. Right? 3 sizes. Let's all have our hearts grow 3 sizes today towards AEW. Okay, but let's check back in here with Ultimate Warrior. He just had a match, and Heenan and Gorilla and Rowdy are here together. Roddy Piper. Let's check back in with them.
Here we go. You gonna make it?
I don't know. You know it, dude. That Christmas primetime wrestling. Okay, let's get into some more awards, shall we? So this is our Japan section. Okay, our Japan section. So this year I added, people are like, what about Nuge? What about like Noah's turned shit around and they're selling tons of tickets and blah, 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 right? And so I think it's only fair that we added Mexico, especially with AAA and CMLL really heating up. I think that, it's only fair we add like a Mexico category and a Japan category. So the Japan categories it's not Japanese. Like you don't have to be a Japanese person ethnically or whatever the correct terminology would be there. Racially. I don't know how to phrase that, but you don't have to be Japanese is what I'm saying. Okay. Just Japan. Men's Wrestler of the Year, Japan Women's Wrestler of the Year, and then Japan Tag Team of the Year. So that's men, women mixed. I just don't think people could name 4 women's tag teams for me, and then I don't want to exclude them. So again, unless it's specified, tag team just means any tag team. And again, this is whose line. The point, the jokes are made up. The points don't matter. These are just awards that we're handing out here to just mark out a bit on Christmas. So we can all just hang out on Christmas, see my PWT family. So guys, we were going to start with the Japan Tag Team of the Year. Now it was a shoe-in, I tried to mix it up. I tried to add a women's team in there. And because again, mixed gender and women's wrestling not as prominent like on the bigger stages in Japan, I would say, as it is in Mexico, or at least, well, yeah, in Mexico. They've had those mixed tag titles in AAA for a while. And who'd have thunk WWE would beat AEW to the chase, to the punch with like mixed gender wrestling and whatnot. But this is the award for the Japan Tag Team of the Year. You guys voted on this, and I agree with who you guys picked, just based off of it being the Knockout Brothers, Oscar and Yudo Ice. Okay, so these guys have risen to prominence in Japan. Primarily, they were recently offered WWE contracts, though. And it's so funny because it happened on the day that Dave Meltzer was like Wrestling Observer's like, WWE aren't offering any contracts unless you're like a big name from AEW or something. Like, they're not offering contracts to people willy-nilly in TNA, whatever. And then all of a sudden, literally that same day, they offered deals to fucking the Knockout Brothers, bro. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, the Knockout Brothers win this year's awards. And if you're unfamiliar, guys, just check them out, and you'll be seeing them in WWE soon. I don't see how they don't sign with them. I don't think they're these like new purists, these New Japan. We're fucking like, there's some of the old school guys are more like, oh, the American style sucks and shit, just in general. I don't think these guys are on some shit like that. I think they're ready and willing. But I don't know them or anything. That's the vibe I get, There's certain guys look at this guy blinging his chain, dude. You don't think he wants to go to NXT? Come on now. And I mean, they have shit going on in Noah, so who knows? Maybe it's like, yeah, we'll get these guys and then we'll send them to Noah to be prominent there and feud with the Good Brothers who showed up. And what are those titles called there? Like the GCH or whatever the fuck titles, whatever the one, like Kenta's there and shit. You got a bunch of shit going on in over there on the WWE side of what they're trying to do in Japan. And maybe this is a play to like get those guys over there. I don't fucking know, but good for them. And you guys voted on that, and I agree. The next award recipient is for Japan Women's Wrestler of the Year. Now, your winner is Sari. Now, I think this was like a closer category to vote on. Like, everyone was talking about Mayu Iwatani like all fucking year, pretty much, or not even all year, but like Dave, like all the sickos and the Marks and the Cage Match Warriors, they were all hyping up like certain Japanese names. We talked about it on the member show. Tommy, Sari, fucking Iwatani, Momo Watanabe. What are those like fucking cocktails? Oh, right. And there was a bunch of these Joshis getting hyped up.
Bro. Sure thing.
And you guys voted on Sari. I can't argue with it. Like, again, I'm not sitting here watching all the Joshi wrestling in the world, but Iwatani, I think she had a bit of a fumble by how much people were hyping her up, and then Tony like brought her in and just put her on a Ring of Honor show. And I know people are like, well, that's what Ring of Honor always does. But like, no, Ring of Honor's not what it used to be, man. It's just not what it used to be. Period, point blank, man. Like it's this different thing. And if she was such a big deal, then I don't know. It's what Joshi's and wrestlers. Tony just doesn't know how to book women, really, or luchas, or these Japanese wrestlers and shit. He's doing an okay job with Okada and Takeshita, but how much is he really doing there? How much do you want to bet that's more like Okada and Callis and Takeshita? Like I don't think Tony's booking that shit. He's not as hands-on with that as I think people might believe he is. But Sari, I mean, again, she is the person that all year we had to hear about. WWE wants her back. They fumbled her. She won't go back there, Brian. Like, we had to hear about that shit all year. So, and that's the person everybody knows on the list. What was her name in WWE? Saraya or something like that? Wasn't it just Sari but spelled differently, or like Saraya? No, because that's Paige's name. I forget her name in WWE, but she was there, and apparently WWE want her back. And Saray, thank you, Popo in chat. Saray was her name. Yeah, I was like, what was it, like Saraya or whatever? Yeah, Sari with 3 E's. And this is why she also deserves to win, because she fucking like hosts her own shows and shit in Japan. Like, she'll run her own Sari whatever show, and she's a draw. You know, like on her own. She doesn't need Marigold. She doesn't need Stardom. But if you want to play the mark game, like, yeah, there's been some ladies in like Stardom and Marigold and shit who've had like crazy fucking title winning dominant years and shit. So it's hard, but you guys voted the PWT universe. You guys voted for Tyrese, no, Sari. So we can't argue with that. So the men's Japanese wrestler of the year, Japan rather. Wrestler of the year. Now, this one was tough for me, but I think it was going to be the obvious selection, like especially for folks in the Americas, ladies and germs. Your winner for men Japan Wrestler of the Year, it's Konosuke Takeshita. Now, you all voted for Konosuke Takeshita. Haruki Goto, I think, had, again, if you kayfabe it, like in the PWI, which is a kayfabe ranking, he's like fucking one of the only non-WWE AEW guys on the list, like in the top 10 or top 5 or whatever. He fucking is E Honda, dude. I mean, what in that movie, dude, packed on a few. So no, it's all CGI. So you could argue him, but I mean, if the American fans want to say, like, here's the thing, New Japan fans, I don't know if they're like fully locked in with Takeshita, but it is what it is, man. He's like a breakout star. He's a triple contracted superstar in the world of pro wrestling. He presents himself as such because I firmly believe that there's a bit of a distancing going on between New Japan and AEW. Not distancing as far as like, you guys already know. We've covered this shit. I've said the same shit all fucking year since last January, since the AEW show didn't draw as much as the fucking nude show, dude. I've been saying this all fucking year that AEW and like Tanahashi-san and Tony Khan-san have a tremendous relationship there, right? But as far as like the brand of Nuge as a whole, they're kind of keeping the AEW off them. And Takeshita, by saying, I'm a 3-contract superstar, he kind of does that. Now, Yota Tsuji called him out. Why the fuck are you running around on the show that draws less then in AEW? Why are you running around in AEW then? And I love that. And he's trying to get heat for their Wrestle Kingdom match, Wrestle Kingdom 20 coming up. But Takeshita, like, I don't blame you guys for voting him. And I think I voted Goto. But again, I'm being a mark for like he's E Honda and shit. But Takeshita, I think, he's been their champion. You think about New Japan for just a casual fan or accolade purposes, he's been their world champion in 2025. You know, so you got to give it to Takeshita. So round of applause for our winners of our Japan categories, ladies and germs. Absolutely amazing stuff. And we're going to get into our Mexico categories next. But let's first check in on Primetime Wrestling here in Heenan and guys, I'm so sorry. I literally have like 17 fucking tabs open right now. I'm so sorry. Lincoln Hawk for 5. Holy shit. Thank you so much, dude. Phil, if you take it easy on Dave and AEW, then I'll take it easy on Lyra and Eddie. Never happening. It ain't gonna happen, as DMX would say. I think that was DMX, right? Ain't gonna happen. We gonna get it poppin', get it poppin'. I think it was DMX, whatever. We in here. 6 #1 albums. Imagine that. Cats are sick. The dog got a swagger back. Let that shit go. God, I miss DMX. Anyways, dude, I'll never take it easy on Dave and Bri. That's never gonna happen. And AEW, guys, how many times have I said we got to take it easy on them? And then it just it just can't happen, man. It's impossible for it to fucking happen. Okay.
Best guys, Tony Khan.
Michael Driard gifted, oh my god, 5 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships. Holy shit. Thank you so much. And that is truly the gift that keeps on giving, because it gives people an opportunity to participate in the show with a free super chat a month or whatever it gives you, and all of these sorts of things. So thank you so much for that, Michael Driard. Round of applause for everybody in the PWT universe, members or not. I appreciate that. Lyra sucks. So does Thea Hale. Thank you so much for gifting membership. Yes. Hey, George, what's up? Merry Christmas to all. I voted the guy that called him out. Yoda Tsuchi? Yeah, dude, he's dope too. But his title's like, it's like the Continental title on Okada. It's just like a whatever. But I think they're merging them at Wrestle Kingdom. So Tsuji's the guy I look at where I'm like, if you have a Nuge homegrown guy, he has a 3-year plan, you got to run with him. I don't know, and just get the stink of AEW off you. But I don't think Takeshita's a negative on AEW, is he? I just think people are tired of the AEW shit in New Japan, like the New Japan fans. I think they're just tired of the AEW shit being in the mix, you know? A year-long membership of the Jelly Month is the gift that gives all year long. Yeah, Griswolds. I just watched that in theaters. I went and saw A Christmas Vacation in theaters at like a local theater that they fucking they play old movies. And I've told you guys this a bunch. Me and my wife like to go watch like older flicks in like this throwback theater and support that, because some of these new movies just suck ass, let's be honest. But I saw A Christmas Vacation, and man, it was a draw. It was a complete and utter sellout, to the point where like families were being split up into like, okay, you 3 sit over there, you 2 over here. And it was such a good time. And the theater's cool with like when they do these throwback. First off, they serve alcohol at the theater, so that rules. Secondly, they want you to like cheer and applaud and be like a part of the movie. So like, I'm yelling, I'm drunk, Griswolds, I'm just yelling Griswolds, and I'm fucking, it was a blast. I had such a good goddamn time, and boy, was it a draw. It was like, holy fuck, man. I've gone to a bunch of movies. I went and saw like Fantastic Four, didn't have as many people in the fucking theater when I went and saw it, So, A Christmas Vacation is the greatest Christmas movie. I mean, you could argue Home Alone and shit, but like, I think A Christmas Vacation is #1. A Christmas Story, which I just watched last night, is like my #2. I don't know. Home Alone's up there, 1 and 2, but I tried to watch Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure, or whatever the fuck. And it's like, man, this doesn't need to be a Christmas movie. It's the worst sequel of all time. I'm sitting here going, this could have just been like Cousin Eddie's Island Vacation. They don't need you don't need to call it Christmas Vacation. It like had nothing to do with Christmas really, but it was made in 2004. Terrible piece of shit. But yes, the Jelly of the Month Club. Absolutely. The gift that keeps on giving. Anyways, Before I go, Pro Wrestle Clips, PWT, have you watched Jingle All the Way? Of course. Is that the one? That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and and it's like the doll, the Turbo Man. Turbo Man. No, I can't do a good Arnie. I'm Arnold Turbo Man. No, I don't have a good Arnold. It's old. It's hack. But yeah, Turbo Man, is that the one you're talking about? I love that one as well. People shit on that movie. To me, that movie fucking rules. And also, who's in it? Phil Hartman's in it, guys, and he fucking God. Phil Hartman rules. He's so good as like the sleazeball neighbor. And yeah, that movie's awesome. So, and Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie. By the way, it's not, because it could happen any day. Like, it could happen on St. Patrick's Day, it could happen on a random Tuesday, and it doesn't affect the plot. It being Christmas. So the greatest romance movie, in my opinion, of all time is Serendipity with John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale. And I watched that, and even that isn't necessarily a Christmas movie. That movie, even though it starts around the holidays and then takes place and then ends like around the holidays, takes place like sort of over the tail end of like a year or whatever. That's that movie as well. It doesn't quite qualify as a Christmas movie. Like, it being Christmas has nothing to do with anything, because there's weddings going on. So you can't be like, well, Christmas is why everyone's in town. It's like, nah, dude, people are getting married and shit. So that's why everyone's in town. Anyways, we could sit here and talk Christmas movies all day. Heat-In, Gorilla, what do you guys have to say here on Primetime Wrestling? What's your favorite Christmas? Deniers? Dude, I love that. Shout you out. Listen, I fucking love Die Hard. Fucking love Die Hard, but it just could have. You can't be a Die Hard. I'm trying to spin one and throw it back at you. You can't be a Die Hard denier, bro. We're stealing the term. You're a Die Hard denier, bro. You're denying that it could take place anywhere. No, I'm just joking.
We're only 2 days away from the big no holds barred, and here's Mean Gene.
It's just such a genius thing. Like, back in the day, Heenan's gonna spoil Christmas and tell all the kids watching and everyone at home Santa's not real. Shh, hey guys, come in close, guys, everyone, PWT Universe, come in close. I don't know if you guys know this, but Santa's not real. Fucking heel heat, dude. Classic heel heat. But speaking of babyface heat, man, I guess that's not even a thing. It's a new term, Phil. George Capture for 10. We acknowledge me. Says Merry Christmas to you, Phil, Mrs. Marks, and Minnie Marks, and to all PWT. The best guys, Tony Pecan Pie for the holidays.
The best guys, Tony Pecan.
The best guys, Tony Pecan. Holy shit, we haven't said that like all year, dude.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
Oh, that rules, man. Thank you so much. The best guys, Tony Pecan Pie. George, how'd you even remember that? I fucking forgot about that, dude. Who used to say that? Who invented that? That rules so much. Thank you so much, George. Round of applause. Thank you, chat, so much.
Sometimes
you know
in
what they
life, you gotta
say?
be a hoe.
Ho, 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 ho. Sometimes in life, you gotta be a hoa. Gets super serious, almost like he's breaking kayfabe. Bob, seriously, like, it's not cool, man. This is serious. And that's how you baby face a guy. You make him just like, oh, I care about Chris. That's why, guys, we talked about A Christmas Vacation, right? The Griswolds. That's why Chevy Chase is so fucking good in that movie. You feel for him, even though he's a dickhead. Like, he's not a dickhead. He responds to other dickheads, but he can be a bit of an asshole. Like, those neighbors, Julie Louis Dreyfus or whatever, like, she's being a dick to him, and they're like, oh, you expect to fit that tree in your house? Like, how do you expect to do that? And then he's like, bend over and I'll show you. Then he's like, you better not talk to me like that. And he's like, I wasn't talking to you, and then I don't know, man. He can be an asshole, but he's endearing and you feel for him because he's a guy busting his ass and he just wants that Christmas bonus, dude. It'll just help he just loves his family so much. He wants to put in a pool. Is it material? Is it sort of a vanity? Is it sort of like a material thing? Yeah, but it's for his family though. It's a pool. It's not like, oh, I want a Corvette so I can catch babes and shit. He wants to build a pool for his kids and his wife, like for his family. Everything's always for his family, trying to show his family a good time so he can get away with kind of being a dickhead at the same time. And that's like Piper. He just cares about Christmas. And that's like Griswold. He just cares about Christmas, you know, and like giving to his family. So it's just the easiest way to heal babyface back then. Santa's not real, you know? And then he's like, nah, Bob, come on now. This really isn't cool. You know that? And it makes you just love Piper, even though he's such a dickhead, you know? Off him, please. Get the camera off him, please. Okay, guys, it is time for Mamacita. ¿Dónde está Santa Claus? Oh, where is Santa Claus? It's Christmas Eve. It's time for the Mexico nominees here, and we have Tag Team of the Year. So again, Tag Team of the Year, I think there was like 2 guy tag teams, a mixed tag team in Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, and there was where's my award here? I'll pull it up for you guys. And there was an award for okay, so men's and women's Mexico Wrestlers of the Year, Mexico Tag Team of the Year. So that includes, men's, women's, and mixed. So there was 2 men's teams, I think 1 ladies team, and Chelsea Green and Ethan Page were in there. However, they shockingly did not win. I expected the PWT universe to be like, well, these are the WWE guys we know. No, I'm just kidding. I expect way more of you guys and to have a nuanced take on this. And you guys voted that the winners for the tag team of the year are, drum roll please, Lex, Pagano and Psycho Clown. So I agree with this actually, and I struggled there was a minute where I struggled with like who's gonna be in this, you know, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. That's more of an end of the year thing, and they've sort of taken their individual acts and made it and like use them to get over this like mixed tag thing in Mexico. And they're doing it on the main roster, but they're one of the most popular choices. However, Psycho Clown and Pagano, I mean, dude, they won the AAA tag titles this year. They beat, who did they beat again? Los Garzas, I want to say. And Los Garza didn't even get nominated. And I wanted to put them in there, but their reign wasn't that significant. It's not like if Los Garza were or weren't the champs, AAA wouldn't have been ushered in. It's not, and I'm not shitting on them at all. I love Los Garza. I really do. I think they're incredibly underrated and underutilized, but they or maybe not actually. They're kind of in the perfect spot. Like they're like a serious kind of job team that could get a win, but they're likely just taking a loss in WWE, and then in AAA, okay, they can hang with the guys or whatever. Listen, this is all I'm saying. Berto and Angel, they won the fucking titles, but it sort of ushered in the new, like, here's the WWE guys who won these tag titles, but then nothing much came of it. They went with Pagano and Psycho Clown, who've then been sort of the focal point, feuding with the Wyatt Six over these titles, and they were in the Carnival match and all this shit. And Ethan, and this has been like all year, like at least since summer or whatever the fuck, and like Ethan Page and Chelsea Green was really like end of the year, you know? So I like Pagano and Psycho Clown. I think they need to be the winners here, and I agree with the PWT universe on that. So congratulations to them. Not that any of these awards matter. These are just fan favorite awards, guys. So shout you guys out. Now the winner of the women's Mexico Women's Wrestler of the Year, okay? We head over here. The winner was, should I get another drum roll? We need to be on these snares all night. Where's my snare? Lady Flamer. Now, you guys voted her. I think Lucha sickos would be like, but Zeuxies, Brian. Well, that's laughable because Zeuxies, Brian, had the best year.
Brian.
Mystico and Zeuxies won all of the awards in the Observer this year, Brian. So I guarantee that's what Dave would say.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
But yeah, Lady Flamer is what the PWT universe voted for. Like large, it wasn't close, that's who you guys wanted. And so that's who you guys get as your recipient there. And now the Mexico Men's Wrestler of the Year. Now, this one was tough again, because if you're Dave, you're like, except Brian Hechicero, right? And so Mystico was nominated. Vikingo had to be nominated. There's no way Vikingo couldn't have been nominated. Think about this year, like heel. He was a baby face, then he's a fucking heel because everybody's mad at him. Because of the Alberto stuff, the fact he was wrapped up in the Alberto stuff, then the fans lashed out. Then he was still booked in like all the main shit. He's still booked in and around the main shit. Now he's their top heel. He's leaning into it. He's always in the main event. He's a good wrestler. I don't care. Like, I know people are like, he just does flippy shit. I get that, but listen, man, if in AEW, if they showcased him properly, it would have been all good. But they're like, dream match versus Kenny, two of the best in the world, because this guy does flip moves. That's why those sickos were saying it. So it ruined it for a bunch of people who like don't give a fuck about that. Like, they write Vikingo off right away. But he's had a stellar year, had the title, lost the title, and he's like the ultimate heel there. And he even turned on El Grande. El Grande had to be nominated. Like, he got so fucking over. Mystico did get nominated. Like, guys, Bad Bunny shows up in fucking the front row to watch Mystico. Mystico is a star in Mexico. Dave's not lying. It's just a matter of like how he tries to spin. Even today, I saw a clip of him being like, well, CMLL will have a really strong year for all the awards, Brian. Like, him just telling fucking the sicko hive mind what to vote for, pretty much. And it's like, why would they have a strong year? Like, it just doesn't even make sense for an American publication to be saying, well, maybe, but he's trying to be the objective. This is the silly fun time. Like, this doesn't really fucking, these awards don't matter. We can all acknowledge that, right? Here at PWT, this is just us marking out about the year, right? A year in review, if you will. But the winner, I've been milking this so much because he deserves it. He deserves all of our goddamn time. Dirty Dominic Mysterio won the Men's Mexico Wrestler of the Year. How could he not? How could he not? And here's the difference, too. AAA went from not drawing, not that they weren't drawing at all, but like not drawing as much as they are, drawing a ton in America as well, which they weren't doing at all. Premium prices. It might not be as high as like SummerSlam, but it's still, you're paying to get into these shows. CMLL, if Dave's to say, for years they've just been rocking and rolling. Okay, that's cool. AAA's really turned things around. I think Dominic Mysterio gets the most headlines in CMLL when that guy had like a fucking how many 100-day or 1,000-day title reign that Claudio just broke. The IWC trends, when Dirty Dominic does something, the world trends. The San Diego Padres are putting him in commercials and shit, like, and he's walking around with that Grand Campeon, putting Mexico on his back. People talk about him way more. Now, that's not to say Mystico, when he pops up in MLW, they lose their shit because they love him and that crowd loves him. And when he shows up in AEW, they don't even love him as much. They don't even pop for him as hard. But he's been in AEW and fans, they like him and shit. It's not to say Mystico didn't have like a good year or whatever, but it's like, what are we really talking about here? It's Dirty Dom. We're even fantasy mark booking like, oh my God, Ray and Ray versus Dom, hair versus mask or something down the line. Like, there's so much that could happen there. It's Dom in Mexico, you could argue, is more interesting than Dom in WWE as of late. Other than, like, okay, his John Cena shit piques interest, but like before that and after that, he's kind of just, okay, I'm in a triple threat, I'm in this match, whatever. Like, even now, he's kind of just lives back. I'm just laying in the cut while Liv and Roxanne and Raquel kind of do their things. Raquel's getting a shot at the world title. Dom's just chilling. He's doing his thing in Mexico. El Grande, I think, had to be nominated, right? He just fucking blew up like crazy. And in a different way, not like a Mr. Iguana way, like this guy fucking rules, and like the Mexico fans are embracing this guy. And he's like a fake AI lucha legend, And then you have Mystico, of course, I talked about. And then who else? And then guys like Hechicero. I'm sorry, man. All I've seen of Hechicero is in AEW. He's on Collision, and he's a slow fucking botch machine, bro. That's all I've seen from Hechicero. Like, maybe you guys can point me to matches that I can isolate alone, but Hechicero ain't moving the needle. He shows up in AEW, and he looks like that 2K character El Mago or whatever, dude. Like, people don't give a fuck at all in AEW. In Mexico, it's like Hechicero, he might be a big deal, but we ain't seeing it, man. And he ain't in the conversation of like, oh, Claudio just beat him to break his whatever world title reign or whatever the fuck. So, yeah, I think Dominic Mysterio is the only guy who could have won this award. Okay? I think he's the only guy who deserved it. And we're going to get into our main categories, folks. TNA, AEW, and WWE up next. Round of applause for our Mexico award winners. Round of applause. Round of applause. And these are called the Phillies. So let's check in with, speaking of AEW, we have Phil Marks book my yikes. And we have some AEW superstars checking in with the Rizzler to bring us some holiday cheer here. Let's check this out. Shit doesn't work is because, God damn. God damn it. People don't know Nana, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, people don't know, like Max going, I'm the best wrestler alive. People don't, or the best Santa alive, or whatever he's saying. People don't know that's his catchphrase. People don't know who the fuck he is. And then they just, in every AEW marketing campaign see, I can't even go Christmas without fucking roasting AEW, but it's like, in everything they do, they can't help but just insert every single wrestler who Tony likes at the time. And it's just all only marketed towards their fans. Here's the problem. It's all only marketed towards their fans. Like, if you're a baseball fan and you see the WWE shop commercial come up, you are going to see the drip, see the way it's presented, where, yeah, that's Jey Uso, but he's not just like doing, and maybe that's a bad example because everybody knows Yeet. They're doing it at fucking NBA games now and shit. But for instance, like, you see Jey Uso and he's in the commercial and he's not just yeeting during this Christmas shit because the WWE shop is like, well, even if you're a part-time WWE fan, like, we want this to translate to people. Yes, we can plug our stars in there, but at the same time, like, this isn't just only made for the sickos. When we want to do that, we'll have our Truth come out and be like, hey, get you some WWE shop. I'm Truth Claws or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you do that, is like during Raw or whatever the fuck. You guys get what I'm getting at, right? You can plug anyone in there, and if they're just doing their gimmick, but no one knows what it is, it makes it seem fucking stupid. Now, like, Brody King would work in there because he kind of has the big beard and he could just be like, oh, and like that, they could just kind of be like, what with this guy? Like, I could see that translating a bit, but Nana coming and just doing the swerve, it's like, what is this? Like, imagine you're not an AEW fan and you see this Christmas commercial, you're like, what? They just have this black guy dancing. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, whoa. I have no idea. What is the ho 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 beach? It's like, all right, angry Japanese guy. I don't think any of this makes you want to go watch a wrestling show. And it's supposed to be funny and it is for the fans, but the problem is it isn't for just their fans. And you have the Rizzler in here, and it's not like the kids can't hear the word bitch, but like they shouldn't at the same time. You know what I mean? Like this is so you're trying to get the Rizzler fans into AEW. So those are kids and shit, bro. And then you're going to drop a bitch to what? Pop the adult sicko fans. This shit is for grown-ass man-children. Grown-ass man-children. And I'm young at heart. You guys know I'm a man. I like comic books and shit. Listen, guys. This is like middle schooler shit. I'm telling you. It's AEW is a middle schooler's interpretation of like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. It's like Jake Paul posted a video of him on a private jet with stacks of money and guns after his loss. And it's like someone put the perfect tweet out there. Like, this is what a middle schooler thinks being rich is like. And AEW is like what a middle schooler thinks is cool about wrestling, you know, or like could be cool. Like, oh, I know. He'll say bitch. Oh, it's fucking, I'm sorry. I'm going so hard on this little, it's supposed to cheer me up and it really didn't. I'm a Grinch. You're a mean one. Philip Grinch.
Too offensive.
You really are a
Too
heel.
professional.
Cringe. Moving along here. Speaking of what people want for Christmas, let's go back to the 80s before we check in with Roddy Piper here. But in the December 1984, this was listed below, a Christmas list. This is the WWF Santa Claus Christmas list. So it says listed below are a few of the top talents in the WWF. Here's what they want. So Hulk Hogan would like a new radio. Brother, I need to listen to tunes, dude. Jimmy Hart's got a hot new record out, Jack. Tito Santana would like to have a Valentine for Christmas, neatly tied in a small package. Rapey. No, just joking. Ivan Putski would, sorry, we're on YouTube too. I meant to say grapey, okay? Ivan Putski would like a 5-foot kielbasa in a Polish power package. Gay. Nothing wrong with that, Putski. Just be out on the front, on the up and up, dude. Just be up on Front Street about it. Adrian Adonis. I think Adrian's got that 5-foot kielbasa for you, brother. Would like never have to go to Texas with Murdoch again. Yeah, fuck. Who would? Terrifying. Dick Murdoch says, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Toothless aggression before Benoit, that Dick Murdoch. Wendy Richter says, I already got what I wanted, the WWF Championship belt, and I intend to hold on to it. Welp, unfortunately, that didn't pan out. What else do we got here? The Fabulous Moolah, Wendy's head. Well, I think that's what happened. Junkyard Dog, to see all my little children fans get what they want for Christmas. JYD, yeah, well, that's what he would want. Captain Lou Albano, little bands of gold and diamonds to put in my cheeks instead of rubber bands. Okay. Freddie Blassie wants more money. Paul Orndorff, who doesn't? Paul Orndorff, Paula wants a skirt like Roddy's. Oh, taking shots at the Christmas kilt there, bud. Sergeant Slaughter, I want for Christmas and for always for all children in this great nation to grow up with love and pride for their country. G.I. Joe. Pride for their country means something totally different in 2025. Jesse the Body Ventura, I want earrings like Cyndi Lauper, and I'm going to take them to the Baja. She has some with the world hanging down from a chain. They're super bad. Speaking of super bad, have you ever been in the Baja? I was in the underground demolition team. Roddy Piper wants designer jeans, Scotch plaid, of course. Fly, drippity drip. And Big John Studd wants to grow a couple more inches downstairs. It's Christmas. We're having fun over here. Hit the like button. So he can look Andre in the eye. That's sus, dude. Okay, so we also have Katsuchika Okada's one-on-one audition to be the Rizzler Santa.
AEW Santa screen test, take one. I need a Santa. Let's see what you got.
No, it's the exact clip we already watched. Okay, folks, let's check back in. We have our main awards. Actually, no, let's not check back in yet. We are going to do our main awards. If you all are ready, we are handing out more PWT end of the year awards, the Phillies, as they're called, as they've become to be known. So let me see. All right, ladies and germs, it is time for, we have 4 categories for the TNA awards. And they are the TNA Women's Tag Team of the Year. So for the first time ever, we're handing out TNA awards in general. The TNA Women's Tag of the Year, the Knockouts division and the Knockouts tag titles have been around longer than the WWE tag ones. TNA Men's Tag Team of the Year, TNA Men's Wrestler of the Year, and TNA Women's Wrestler of the Year. Sorry, I was reading ahead there. TNA Women's Wrestler and Men's Wrestler. So tag teams and individuals. So in the tag team division, starting with the tag teams first, ladies and germs, the TNA Women's Tag Team of the Year as voted by you, and this was very close. Depending on what platform you looked on, but the Iconics, or the Inspiration with 2 I's, Jesse and Cassie. That's right, the Inspiration won. Let me just do this. We lost audio, folks. Let me just get this back here. So the Iconics, man, they had a solid year capturing the TNA Knockouts titles and have had them sort of ever since, you know, this last half of the years. The Elegance brand took a bit of a hit when Ash had to take off there and possibly retire. You guys voted the Elegance brand. Heather and M gave them a lot of votes, though. So amazing for that, because I think they deserve their due as well. But I think they were like interchangeable. Like I think they kind of had a free bird rule, and then when Ash won the Knockouts title, I think that's when, you know, Heather and M kind of fell off a little bit. So and not even a fall off, just we better go with the Iconics. I think that makes the most sense as well. And so you guys voted for them. I guess how could we not? It's not like I mean Spitfire broke up. You know, we had Xia Li and Xia Brookside, or Lei Yingli and Xia Brookside, who were nominated as well. But they were in some key tag matches, and you do think of them as a team, and Xia being in Xia's corner. But I don't think they captured the titles. Like I think those Knockouts titles, you know, the Iconics, the Inspiration, people want to see them with them going into this TV deal and whatnot. So the Men's Tag Team of the Year. So not only are these gentlemen 2-time award recipients for the same category twice in a row, but they also doubled up like a Tony Khan double cup. They doubled up, Brian. And the winners of the Men's Tag Team of the Year, the Hardys, man, they also won. Not only did they win the other Tag Team of the Year, but they also won the TNA Tag Team Men's Tag Team of the Year award, the first ever one. They're racking up the accolades here, and I mean, come on, man. They went back to TNA, won the titles, lost them to the Nemets, won them back, have had matches against all these teams, gone to NXT, defended them in other feds, carrying multiple tag titles, again, going into this TV deal. Fuck, man, Jeff Hardy's so popular to this day. The Hardys in general, dude. Like, Everyone loves them. They absolutely deserve this award for the tag team, TNA Tag Team of the Year. So now we head over to the Women's Wrestler of the Year in TNA. And this one, I thought it would be a lot closer. I thought you guys would vote Tessa Blanchard a lot more. Masha Slamovich got like no fucking votes, even though she started strong. Just ended the year on a little bit of controversy. So maybe a bit of proof that not all publicity is good, but I think this is the right winner. I don't think there should be any other winner for this award, and it is for the Women's Wrestler of the Year in TNA 2025. She is Lei Ying Lee, ladies and gentlemen, holding the title. I think they held the title. She held the title, not they, pardon me. I think she held the title twice this year, if I'm not mistaken, but they put it on her going into this big TV deal. I think she could have been something more in WWE. I'm not knocking them for that, though. Like, sometimes shit happens where you got to go make a name for yourself somewhere else, and she ended the year strong. She also was a factor in the tag division, like we talked about. She's also helping elevate Xia Brookside. She also is an insanely consummate professional that everybody, I mean, she's in the best fucking shape of her life. She'll shoot kickbox your ass out. She everything, man. She cries just talking about being the TNA champion. It means the fucking world to her. And they want to work with her, as they've said, for many years to come. And they offered her that contract in the ring. They're banking on her going into the new era to show people once again that TNA is like, has the best women's I think Lei Ying Lee, if she had the shot against Rhea and Io and some of these other girls, we'd be talking about her like she's one of the best in the world. She's in TNA right now, so she's going to prove it over there. And so I think she deserves this. Fucking, that's all I can say. I don't know. I have nothing else. She deserves it. So the TNA Men's Wrestler of the Year. You guys ready, dude? Now, this one was interesting. I was so curious how the PWT universe and the masses watching at Lar, I know Triple H and Paul Heyman and Shawn Michaels and Tony Khan, and everybody couldn't wait to vote in Phil's polls. I know that. And it was the talk of the town the last day, the last 24 hours. I know all that. And I was curious about this one. I think it's hard to argue with Frankie Kazarian. He was the international champion. He won the world title. He won that thing he tied for that thing with Nick Nemeth and then beat him and then went on to fucking win the title and all this stuff. Kazarian's had a stellar year. If you want to play Mark Cage match, like looking at his accolades and shit, you want to look at the fake fucking awards or the fake titles and shit as it's still real to me, damn it. Right? You want to look at all this shit. I mean, we can, but
Wrestling's not fake!
You know, popularity and things like that have a lot to do with it as well. And so Joe Hendry had a stellar year in TNA as far as like he started as world champ, lost it. Maybe not a stellar year in TNA, but he had a bunch of segments that were like awesome. The Jeff Hardy, Joe Hendry singing Creed thing, like that was awesome. And then he goes over to NXT and then he ends the year. And I think this shouldn't be like, well, he's in NXT now. I think people should look at Joe Hendry and go, well, yeah, he was so good in TNA. He ended the year. They put him in NXT early, which, by the way, Phil was right about. Like, I told you motherfuckers, Santa Phil was right about that shit. I told you motherfuckers, like, Jordan, they let her in. I was like, Joe Hendry, the same thing. He's just going to be in WWE right away. I also said, I think he's going to be on SmackDown. He's on fucking SmackDown. So that all worked out, but they let him go kind of early from TNA to be officially NXT, as we predicted would happen here at PWT. So, with Joe Hendry, I think you could argue him as well, but the clear cut, like who everybody wants, the man of the people, the people's champion, won the world title, the man who won this award. Without further ado, let me hit a fucking drum roll for this. The man who won it, who most deserves it. Mike Santana. I also put Leon Slater on that list as a nominee. He fucking deserves it too. I mean, just because he's X Division champion, he's had a stellar fucking year as a TNA talent, going on WWE shows, being promoted as this is a TNA X Division, walking out there with the X Division title, and Graves and Cole are talking about TNA because of Leon Slater on John Cena's final match. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, Leon really put TNA on his back this year. Easily could have won this award, easily could have won other breakout star. Maybe I need to add a TNA breakout star as well, but that's so much. Maybe next year we'll refine these. Okay, we'll figure it out. I refined them this year, I thought, but Leon deserves some accolades here too. But he really put TNA on his back. But the man of the people is Mike Santana, pure point blank. They need to put the title back on him. And yeah, Mike Santana's that dude. Leon Slater, I think next year we'll be getting all of the awards for everything. And this, I think, arguably, you could argue Mr. Iguana or Leon Slater. Maybe I should have put Leon Slater. I wanted to give TNA their own shit. So maybe I botched, and we're going to honorably put Leon Slater on. We're going to hand the award out right now. Round of applause. He is our honorary TNA breakout star of the year as well. Maybe we'll add that. I think we will. We do NXT breakout stars. We do multiple awards for that. I think next year we'll add an AEW breakout star, or like ROH breakout star. And then we'll add a TNA breakout star as well. So Leon Slater, honorable mention there, like, for me. But yeah, next year he could also have another breakout year. Like Leon could have a fucking next year could be even crazier than this year for him. We don't know. Sky's the limit for that kid. But yeah, Santana's the man of the people. So I think he deserves this as well. Yeah, so shout out our TNA award recipients, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check back in with Piper and Heenan, and let's see if we can get some resolution to Heenan. Commercial there, folks. So let's get into our AEW awards, ladies and gentlemen. The Phillies. Okay, get him, Roddy. Yeah, let's go. It's Chad Santa Claus. Santa's a convict. Yeah, dude. Backdoor Santa. Nice audible. Good job, Phil. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Maybe next year. Evening, everyone. What's up? I'm glad she found a place to thrive in. Thank you all for spending part of your Xmas Eve with here on PWT. Yeah, thank you guys so fucking much. PWT Universe is goated. It's a tradition. Every year we've done this since PWT's been a thing. So. Well, not even live, though. That's the thing. Usually I just premiere a show, but, we can go live. I love spending some Christmas time with you guys. And also, you know how the ladies are. My wife's out fucking grabbing some last minute pies and shit. Doing this and that. I got 4 texts on my phones as I say it. I'm doing this and that and this. Okay. So that's how it is, man. It's last minute. People are doing their last minute. Dude, I was out last night and people were last minute shopping like crazy too. It was like, I don't know, man. Everything was jumping. Traffic was bad. It was crazy. But either way, this is the AEW awards. Okay, so the AEW awards, of course, the best guy's Tony Khan. We know the best guy's Tony Khan. And the reason I don't do promotion or Booker of the Year is because that's the most subjective shit ever. It's the most subjective shit you could ever. You can't just say overall what's the best promotion. Well, the one doing the best and drawing the most money. It's that fucking simple because that's what the whole point of it is. You could say, well, what's the best indie promotion? Okay, we'll talk about that. And then TNA and AEW are on a different level. They're like doing their own thing where they're like a step above indies. because they have TV and shit. You know what I mean? But no one's touching WWE. They had the John Cena retirement tour. Like, how do we really measure what the best? You know, AEW didn't have the John Cena retirement tour, so I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but it wasn't booked that good. Yeah, but they sold out everywhere, and you got to see John Cena for the last time ever. I don't get it. You know, I don't understand how people can't. So Booker of the Year, I don't know. I like Joshi wrestling more than WWE. I'm not gonna vote. I'm gonna vote Stardom or whatever. Rossi Ogawa was in there with Booker of the Year against like Triple H one year and Tony Khan and shit. It's like, what? You know? So yeah, Tony Pecan. That's right. Okay, so ladies and germs, we have our AEW awards. Are you guys ready for the AEW awards? I know this is what you guys Tony Khan. For. So we had 4 categories. Again, the AEW Men's Wrestler of the Year, the AEW Women's Wrestler of the Year, AEW Men's Tag Team of the Year, and AEW Women's Tag Team of the Year. Next year, we'll add the Breakout Star. We'll name a Breakout Star here. We'll name an honorable one. First time men's and women's tag teams are separated as well. Like last year and the year before, the AEW tag team in general. We just said AEW tag team, men's, women's. Same with WWE, because they weren't really, WWE wasn't really cooking with their women's tag teams. They have been for a while, but like not as much as they have been lately. And the AEW women's tag team division didn't even exist until the end of this year. So it'll be kind of easy to figure out who's going to win that award. So making like a Christmas turkey, I'm going to start my way at the bottom and work my way to the top here. Oh, on this list. So AEW Women's Tag Team of the Year, as unanimously voted by you all. And this is the only choice, even though their booking's wonky, even though their friendship doesn't really make much sense. If it was like Statlander, it would make more sense. But again, it's just like women are friends. So this is your inaugural PWT Women's AEW Tag Team of the Year and inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, the first ones ever, the Babes of Wrath. I think it's obvious they need to win, or that they should have won this. And congratulations to them. Round of applause. And this is a shoo-in, I think, even though they lost, like, and they got pinned in that 8-woman tag, and then like that tournament was kind of just all over the place. They're the inaugural, they're the first ever, like in 100 years, if this shit exists or not, you'll look at this fed that for sure had a significant impact in the landscape of pro wrestling. But people will look at AEW and go, the Babes of Wrath were the first ever of these champs, right? So you have to do this. So the Babes of Wrath win the inaugural. I don't think there's much debate. I don't even need to talk about the other nominees. It's like, hey, maybe you like Mina and Tony, but they have not objectively achieved as much as the Babes of Wrath. So let's get into the next category, folks. I'm just getting images pulled up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your men's tag team of the year. Are you guys ready for the men's tag team of the year?
Best guys, Tony Khan.
And this one I was kind of shocked by. I'm not going to lie. The Hurt Syndicate, ladies and gentlemen, you all voted. The PWT universe voted, and you guys agree that the Hurt Syndicate deserved to win this. Now, they were up against some other teams like Brodito, who that was my personal vote. I think that they won the titles, had good matches against some like prominent names, I guess, getting the victory. They did lose the titles, but they out of nowhere kind of caught heat, and like Brodito's more interesting than fucking FTR, guys. Are we all on the same? Like, I love FTR, but they were 23 is when they peaked, and they've just been kind of going downwards ever since. So I just think that Hurt Syndicate, I mean, they beat Private Party to start the year off, and then they went on and, you know, defended the titles for a little while, ended up losing them, but they also were key in the trios division and whatnot. So, I mean, I guess, right? Did they win the trios titles as well? I don't think they won those. I can't remember if they, no, they didn't win those yet. They probably will. They did that shit with MJF, but they were like active in the tag division and active in the trios division and whatnot. So, okay, you guys, because like, do we start handing out trios of the year awards in AEW? Like, come on. Oh, come on now, Phil. That wouldn't be very, very fair, taking up everybody's sweet time like that on Christmas Eve. But, they just had good matches, and they were those dudes, and I'm okay with it, you know. And the thing with Brodito is the same argument. Like, okay, well, they won the titles and they just had some good matches or whatever. Okay, Lashley and Shelton are like big names. Lashley, you could argue, maybe not household, but like a big star. Like, casuals know who Bobby Lashley is. You know, he's one of those guys, and they've really booked him terribly in AEW, but he wants to do this tag shit and just collect money. That's all good. I ain't hating on that at all. But yeah, I mean, you guys voted, and you voted unanimously, like across the board. It was like Hurt Syndicate is who y'all thought were the tag team of the year. So let's go with that. And shame on, not shame on Private Party, shame on Tony Khan for Private Party. This could have been their breakout killer year, where, you know what I mean? But it's just crazy. He just shelved them and froze them because NXT's interested and their deals are coming up and they're not re-signing right away. So I can shelve them more. So shitty. So moving along here, there's people. Yeah, people are home now. Everyone's making noise in my house. Bunch of motherfuckers making noise in my house now. We're gonna so don't worry, guys, we're almost done these awards here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on Christmas Eve. So the AEW Men's Tag Team of the Year is Hurt Syndicate. So AEW Women's Wrestler of the Year is where we're going to next. And I don't know if I voted against what the PWT universe voted in this one. And so, again, you guys across the board for the most part. And a lot of these were close, but a couple of these, when it came to AEW, you guys were more definitive about like what you think's over and what you don't think is over this year. The drum roll. For Toni Storm, she wins this award again, back to back. She's going back to back. Okay. So she went back-to-back winner of the AEW Women's Wrestler of the Year 2024 and 2025. And I disagreed. I honestly thought that, and you guys can hate on me for this, but I thought it was Monet. I think Monet. Listen, like, if we're doing the kayfabe thing, she's fucking... She won 1 billion titles. If we're doing, like, you know, her work even outside of AEW a little bit, which I didn't factor in as much, but she has helped elevate some of these indies or whatever. She's lost to people like Alex Windsor and Statlander and Toni Storm. She's also had this year she beat Jade Cargill's reign as TBS champion. So she is one of the highest paid, if you guys want to go for a shoot, brother, she's one of the highest paid women's wrestlers probably in the world. I personally was going with Monet. I'm just because this is the PWT Awards. We factor in kayfabe. We factor in.
Sometimes in life, you got to be a hoe.
You know, we factor in the shoot work. Yeah, so that's who I would have went with. I just don't think Tony to me kind of got played out. Tony got kind of repetitive. This tag team, I think, is kind of winning me over again. At first, I was like, ugh, but I like when Mina's doing her own thing, though. But Tony kind of just got silly there and relied on like pussy staples and like hardcore matches and shit. Maybe that's why some people voted her up there, but for me it got too someone needs to be there to reel people in. Like, it was funny to let her go off and be wacky and crazy for a long time, but then at some point you have to reel it in a little bit and find that fucking pacing. And for her, they just let her go and go and go and go and go, and it's just it's too much now. But that's totally fine if you guys disagree with me on that. You guys voted. I would have voted Mercedes Moné, but again, I factor in. I'm a sicko, dude. I factor in some of that sicko shit like cage match ratings and whatnot. And then surprisingly, you guys voted for the AEW Men's Wrestler of the Year, and this is our guy. This is our fucking guy right here, buddies. And this was unanimous as well. You guys voted for Samoa Joe. Joe. Want. Joe. Yeah, and Samoa Joe, you guys picked him. I think that works. For me, he was an AEW Trios champion simultaneously. I think you could argue like Hangman. He beat Moxley and then had a title run, but then he ended up losing to Joe. So Joe ended the year super strong. I love Joe, and I'm down for Joe. He's a double champ, Trios champ, winning the world title. He's their only proven commodity. He's their only draw. He's their only guy that I think everyone can come together, sickos and WWE stands alike, and go, yeah, he's the fucking champ. He's the champ. He's the guy that we want. So yes, round of applause to all of our AEW title winners here, award winners. We're going to get into WWE awards. In Phil Marks bookmarks, I have a couple more for you guys, really quick ones here. And then we're going to check in with Roddy Piper. But after this, we're going to check in with this little Christmas bits. In this folder here, we're going to give the WWE awards, and then we're going to check in with Bobby Heenan and Piper and all them. So Crime Time used to be so cold that they had grandma sliding for them during Christmas. They like never win the tag titles as well. Fuck, man. And then RIP to Shad Gaspard, right? He passed away. Did he not? Like saving his, like in a heroic fucking effort and shit, man. Fucking those guys ruled so hard. Speaking of ruling hard, man, Jeff Hardy was out here in full ring gear singing Christmas songs, dude. I like that Jeff Hardy does this thing. He's not like a great singer or anything, but he's just out there having fun. Dude, Jeff Hardy rules on so many levels. And lastly, we have Shawn Michaels posted this. Looks like Santa had one too many cookies, milk, and Jeff Hardy highlights. So let's take a look. Speaking of Jeff Hardy, I don't know who this is. This might be Jeff working out in the PC. I doubt it. They have the mannerisms down.
Oh, yeah.
No, that wasn't Jeff, but it's someone doing a swanton. A Santa bomb.
Oh, yeah.
A Santon bomb. Oh my God. Amazing. Those were the Christmas bookmarks this year, ladies and germs. So let's get back into the Phillies here. We have a few more awards to hand out before we wrap things up on this very Christmassy holiday special. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. We have the WWE Awards, the main event, what you guys came for. We had the WWE Women's Tag Team of the Year, the WWE Men's Tag Team of the Year, the WWE Women's Wrestler of the Year, and the WWE Men's Wrestler of the Year. Now, again, just like AEW, before it was last year, we had the WWE Tag Team of the Year, and it was Bianca and Jade won. And it was just tag team in general, like any tag team, man, woman, because the divisions weren't as clear cut and cooking as hard as they are. And in 2025, I applaud because I was always bitching about women's tag team wrestling. I was even during this year, but WWE's really ended the year strong in women's tag team wrestling. In women's tag team wrestling here. 1 second, guys. Sorry, I just had to adjust something over here. So ladies and germs, without further ado, let's get into this. The Phillies for who wins the awards this year, and our first ever recipients of the separate men's and women's tag teams here. So the winner for the women's WWE Tag Team of the Year is voted by you, the PWT Universe. Boom. Alexa Bliss, and I didn't give them a drum roll, but we'll give them an air horn. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Now, we need to give a very special round of applause and nod to Raquel Rodriguez, who was nominated twice, guys, in the same category for her time with Liv Morgan and then Roxanne Perez as well. So Raquel Rodriguez is like an honorary mention as like an individual who stood out as a tag team partner with two different teams, was champion with two different people and cooked with both of them. You could even say Roxanne and Raquel were going harder than Liv and Raquel. And now we have Liv and Roxanne together going into the new year. So we'll see how that plays out. But Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, two goats, two individuals, bring tremendous star power. They did the played out fucking, hey, we're friends, but we're not really friends. And the way they did it, and I kind of enjoyed it. And because they're so good that they both can pull this off. Like, it's hard for people in wrestling. It's hard to pull off when it's like really on the fucking nose. Sometimes, you know, like people go, oh, this was too like obvious. It's gotta be, where's the nuance and shit. And they took the whole like we're not really friends, but we're friends thing and really took it to another level here. And so I'm trying to pull up images for the next categories here. Sorry guys while I'm babbling. So yeah, they won the tag divisions as I bumblefuck around like Dave Meltzer on a fucking Friday night. They won the tag titles. They had a good run with them. They had key title defenses. And Raquel also did good shit, and they had some key wins. But I think you guys voted right on this. They helped elevate the tag division. They lost the titles to help. I mean, this belt gets fucking hot potatoed around. That's what's going to happen. The frenemies gimmick. Yeah, sorry, as I fucking dwelled off. The frenemies gimmick has been done to death, but they did right on the nose with it, and then they got it over in that way. Also, Bliss ditched the Lily doll, which I think is key because it's so cringe. Her and Charlotte walking around with that doll, like it was fucking cringe as fuck. Anyways, so moving along, that was your PWT WWE Women's Tag Team of the Year. Moving along now to the Men's Tag Team of the Year. Drum roll, please, Lex. Now, this was voted by you guys, The Vision, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed.
Are you sure about that?
Now, I'm going to argue here, dude. Some people were mad that the Street Profits weren't in any category, or weren't in this category, like nominated, and they spent most of the year as champs. And it's like, that's why, man. They fucking, or like, yeah, weren't they champs for like a chunk of the year? Bro, it was not memorable. They stayed the same, then they disappeared. There's no movement, there's no character development, there's no amazing storylines, there's no anything with the Street Profits. They floundered and then they disappeared. So no, they don't get nominated. Wyatt Six went to AAA, won the WWE titles, won the fucking AAA titles. They did everything, okay? So they get nominated. who else? Styles and Dragon Lee. Why? Because the people are like, dude, they're so good together. They ended the year on such a high note. They're elevating the tag division on Raw when it's kind of been floundering itself. So I totally get why people might be like, the Street Profits should have been there. Now, I'm not hating on the Profits, but you guys know, like, the last 2 years, if you've listened to the show, I've slowly been like, fuck. I've slowly been like, dude, they've fallen off. Like, I thought they could both have great singles runs. Even Angelo Dawkins. I think he could have a great singles run as like a heel dude. And they haven't done any of that. And it just seems like they come and go and there's nothing fresh for them. So hopefully they're gone now, and that's because they're working on something new right now. Like Triple H and Shawn Michaels are working on how to revitalize them or whatever. And so, yeah, I think that the vision, though, Breaker and Reed, like, as a tag team, do they have a shitload of wins? Like, when you think about who's the dominant two guys on either show, I think immediately we think of Braun and Braun. So I think that's why y'all voted this. And I'm not like against it. Again, this is all just like fun. We're just having fun here. So I don't know really who like deserves it, man. Tag team wrestling in WWE is not that stellar just in general. I mean, no, it's gotten better. Like, they're clearly focusing on it more. We can tell that, right? At the end of the year, they're clearly heating up the Raw side of things with the Uso, New Day, and then Styles and Dragon Lee. And then on SmackDown, they've been active. It's just they have depth, but the booking just isn't that great in the tag division. Just being honest about that. And the Wide Six are kind of holding those titles hostage a little bit because they are super part-timey, or like they're there every week, but they just kind of like do a segment or a promo or whatever. And they're not like always there all the time. And I understand going in the new year, like hopefully, the Rotundo family, all their health and everything is all good going into the new year. On that front, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, they're still an attraction. Like, even without that being the case, they're not there. They're not all the time like having matches and shit. They're kind of just like the special attraction. They don't necessarily need the titles. We'll see if the MFTs get them. I don't know. There's a lot to look at there, and it's interesting. They're clearly cooking more with the tag divisions and shit. But Breaker and Reed, like, they should win them. They should be involved in this 4-way kerfuffle for the tag titles, maybe. I don't know if they necessarily deserve it, but they're who you think of. They're the most destructive tag team, so there you go. They won them in 2025. The WWE Women's Wrestler of the Year. Are you guys ready? I think this was the most shoe-in of any award on this entire fucking thing. We've handed out 100,000 fucking meaningless awards today. On this whole thing, this woman here deserves this award. Hands down, there's no other person to give this, period. Stephanie Vaquer, ladies and gentlemen, is your WWE Women's Wrestler of the Year. She's an absolute shoo-in for this award, and she deserves it more than anybody. It goes without saying. Even Io, I get it. Io's super good. Stephanie's super good in the ring. It's just her sheer rise to prominence, to popularity, to people knowing what to do at every crowd she goes into when she hits her signature move. Something that bled over from NXT, which not everything does. You see people get called up all the time, and she doesn't. You can see people get called up all the time, like even Roxanne Perez. People did not give a fuck at first. They don't care about Julia right now. It's hard for people to care right away. You kind of got to reintroduce them. Stephanie, they got it immediately. You have fucking morons being like, her promo needs to be in English or whatever. Shout out Vince Russo. It's not just him. There's a lot of people saying shit like that. I can't understand her, bro. But it's like, we get it. People get it. We all get it. She's a tremendous pro wrestler. And I think she won the world title. Io's just fantastic, but the fuck, like, Was this her year? I don't know. Maybe. She had a stellar 2024, got edged out by Rhea Ripley. And then Io also had a tremendous 25, but I think Vaquer, I think it's just without question she deserves this. And maybe if you want to say like, okay, Jade should have been nominated because of the Queen of the Ring. And we had this debate on the member show, but it was so tight. There was so many solid fucking, you know, and I just think Stephanie, I think, is the shoe in. She's just a bona fide. You don't know. And Jade, you don't know if she's going to progress in the ring, which it looks like she has been. You don't know if the booking's going to be all right for her. You don't know how long she's even going to do this shit before Hollywood comes knocking more than WWE. You don't really know. With Stephanie, she's a for lifer, and she's just one of the best in the world. I think this year is a shoe in. She won this award. Now for the men's. Now, this is what's so crazy to me. The men's wrestler of the year 2025 in WWE. This is the main event. This is what you guys all came to see. I'm not going to even waste time. The drum roll after the picture. It's fucking John Cena, guys. It's the GOAT. And you guys voted, and I'm so happy you did because it's easy to go, it's easy to say, like, you know, Cody Rhodes is the WWE champ and he won it twice and whatever. Cena did everything there is to do and had the most memorable matches in WWE this year. I don't give a fuck. Now, yes, was the Bloodline match or whatever with Rhodes and Roman and all that shit, was that spectacular and memorable? Yeah. We're talking this year. And we're talking, he was a part of that. We're talking, he's been a part of the biggest heel turn of the year. Some of the craziest moments, him and AJ Styles was like match of the fucking year, in my opinion. Maybe we should vote on match of the year next year too. I don't know. But to me, like, that was match of the fucking year. Even his retirement match, the heat it got Gunther that he's carried over on these last couple Raws. Just, you know, and that was an awesome match too. Like, it kind of, with the sleeper, it was just an emotional roller coaster, which is what Cena's a master at. And it would be easy to say, like, you can't say Roman Reigns, he's had like 10 matches, and not that just only, like, if he had 10 matches and they were all super memorable, great, but he didn't. It's not like Roman had like a stellar year. He lost like the War Game. If we're going kayfabe, he lost to Reed. He lost War Games. He fucking. There's like, you know, you could chalk it up certain ways. CM Punk, I think, is a good, like, I could see some people, and how crazy is it? It's 2025. We're talking about wrestler of the year, Cena and Punk, dude. And Punk, you could argue he was the other nominee because, man, he's been consistent. Even if he's not wrestling, he's there every single Raw. He's helped training the boys in the back. If we're going to shoot, he's fucking, or like not training, but, well, he's there. He's at NXT. He's paying attention to all the guys and gals. He's helping the future. He's holds the world title. He's on every fucking Raw. He's cutting fiery promos. He's given us moments with AJ Lee that are just for the marks. And then he's given us the real wrestling shit that we want in between. Great feuds. He stepped up when Rollins got injured. See, some people are saying Bex for the girl. No. Hey, Becky Lynch was nominated over Jade. She was nominated, and we deliberated over this. Become a member, 99 cents on Member Monday. We deliberated over the nominees. And I was like, yo, Becky took my spot for Jade. Like, I had Jade in there, but Becky took it. Trust me. But we're not talking about that right now. But Becky crushed this year, dude. I agree with you fully. So I don't know if I brought that up. I don't think I forgot to mention that. Sorry. I've been doing these long rants for each fucking category. But Cena knocked it out of the park, okay? He was the draw. He helped. You know, everyone thanks him for the houses. He had the fucking merch. He was the WWE champ. Not only that, you want to talk kayfabe accolades? He became a Grand Slam champ, won the IC title this year. Finished the year by becoming a Grand Slam champ, buddy. He fucking crushed. Cena crushed this year. Every promo. Oh, the heel shit was whack. It was a moment. It wasn't good. Okay, but the worst shit in wrestling, the shit that people are saying wasn't good or booked well or Cena, whatever the fuck, or he switched back too fast, whatever the fuck, it was the biggest shit that anyone was talking about in wrestling all fucking year, melting down every single day, every single week about the heel turn, and then the fucking babyface turn back, and then fucking him losing the last match. It's all anyone could talk about. We're still fucking talking about it. Okay, so Cena, who, by the way, was inducted into the PWT Hall of Fame. I think like the first ever year I did it, we did the PWT Hall of Fame, which was like a few years ago. So he doesn't get inducted this year, but he undoubtedly deserves the award for the WWE Men's Wrestler of the Year. Those were the awards, ladies and gentlemen. And we have two more that you guys don't get to vote on, and I'm not even going to talk about them that crazy. I'm just going to tell you who the fuck they are. And so in 2025, I always just pick two people that I induct, quote unquote, into the Hall of Fame. And so this year, so John Cena was one of those, like the first year I did this shit, because like we didn't know John Cena was going to have a retirement year 2 years ago or whatever. But the Hall of Famers last year were The Rock and Trish Stratus. This year I put Goldberg and AJ Lee in the PWT Hall of Fame. And typically it is someone more like relevant that year and topical who's like, oh, they're not going to be around anymore. I go, okay, that's who gets the PWT Hall of Fame inductee. So 2025 Goldberg and AJ Lee, just because they're fucking legends. And, you know, we gave them something there. So that was amazing. Let's check in and see if Heenan and Santa Claus Heenan and Piper and Gorilla Monsoon can come to a head here to end our Christmas special here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Gorilla, for the setup there. Speaking of Mondays and Wednesdays, Memba Monday goes down on Monday. Wednesday is PWT live show. I will see you there at our regular time, folks. And no Dave Meltzer this week. I'm just going to enjoy Christmas. So love you all. I'll thank you guys so much. Round of applause for the PWT universe. Merry Christmas. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. My big prediction is Tony Khan shits the bed. There you go. That's what
Best guys, Tony Khan.
Guys, I love you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All that good shit. You'll hear from me. And all hail the Illuminati. That's right. I love you guys. PWT Universe. You guys rule. Thank you all for being here so much with me on Christmas Eve. It means the world. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to leave you with some Christmas time, Becca. And yeah, if I don't see you, when will I see you next? I think right before the New Year, on the New Year, some shit. I don't know. But Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you and yours. Take care of each other. Be good to each other. Let's all be a little better going into 2026. Including you wrestling bookers out there. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Okay. Merry Christmas.
Silent night. Holy night. No, I don't think that this is really going to work. Coral, could you hit the slay button? Coral. Silent night. Holy night. All is calm. All is bright. Round beyond virgin. Mother and child. Holy infant. So tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night. Holy night. Shepherds quake at the sight. Glories stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. The Savior is born. E3CPX. The Savior is born.
Oh my God! Hey, buddy! Merry Christmas!
Becca, hey!
Hey!
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh my God! Your body is tea. You're serving cotton in that red blazer, and I have this perfect little Santa hat for you.
You know, Becca, I'm just not really feeling the Christmas spirit right now. I'm having a hard time finding some Christmas cheer.
What? I think I have something that can help.
You do?
Get ready to experience some B3CCA Christmas magic.
Happy holidays. Yeah.
Hey.
Mwah. Tipsy off the eggnog.
Hey.
Grinding on that Yule log.
Yum.
Hanging up my stocking. All the girls are watching. Joy to the world. It's B3CCA. Let earth receive my songs. Yeah. Let everyone listen to my songs. If you don't like my songs, then you are dumb and wrong. Becca haters get your stocking filled with coal. Becca haters get your stocking filled with coal. Becca haters don't deserve to see me. It might be Becca haters don't play in the snow. Bikini in the snow, cause that's what I like to do. Tipsy off the eggnog. Grinding on that Yule log. Hanging up my stocking. All the girls are watching. Joy to the world. It's B3CCA. Let earth receive my songs. Yeah. If you're a Becca hater, you're getting coal in your stocking. And we're all gonna point and laugh at you. Ha 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 ha.
Are you feeling more in the Christmas spirit?
To tell you the truth, I'm actually somehow feeling even less enthusiastic about Christmas.
Buddy, you're a fucking dumbass. Wish me Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone.